Hi guys, it's me. So welcome to this video. Today we are going to make some art journaling prompt cards. These are super simple to make and all you need is just a piece of paper. This happens to be a 9 by 12, but you can do this with any kind of rectangular paper and works just fine. And all you're going to do is just fold it in half both ways, hamburger and hot dog style. And you're just going to keep bringing in all of the folds to the center line. So you'll see what I'm going to do here. I had a little bit of water on my table there, and we're going to fold it in this way too, to that center fold that we made. You could use a bone folder for this, but I am just using a Sharpie because that's what's on my table. And I'm going to do the other side the same way. And what this is going to create is these little rectangular shapes that are perfect for making little cards. So then I'm turned it around the other way and I'm going to fold that in also. And you'll see, I think there's about 16 cards once I'm done, but you could just keep folding if you wanted them even smaller than this. But I'm going to leave them about this size. If you wanted to also, you could just cut them with like your paper cutter, but I like being able to decorate all at once. So then I'm just going to take some of this blue masking tape and I'm just going to mask out the center of my little cards. I learned this technique a while ago from another artist. She used these little cards though for something else like journal spots or something like this, but I thought prompt cards would be great. So we're going to add some tape and that part's going to stay white. So that's what we'll write our prompt in. So yeah, but it's a really fun technique. You can definitely use this in so many different ways, but I love art prompt cards, especially mixed media ones, especially like when I'm in a creative rut. I can just take out my cards and they're so fun and inspiring and come up with a page that I would have never thought of on my own. So now I'm just going to take some acrylic paints. The paint colors are in the blog post, so you can check those out, but they're the Americana paints, which I absolutely love. And I started out with some cool colors, but you'll see that I'm going to add some warm colors too. And I just added kind of just splotches of paint. You can do this however you want, whatever kind of style you like to put paint on. I was just quite messy about this, and I'm going to keep adding more layers. So we're going to get out Sean Petit's stencils in a second, and we're going to add some stenciling too, which really kind of brings everything together. You could even do collage if you wanted to, so you could get one of the collage packs and do a layer of that too. And if you didn't want to do this painting process, if you just have a piece of, painted watercolor paper, you could absolutely fold it this way and cut them up and do it that way too. You just maybe need to white out the center so you could write, so you could see what your prompt was. But prompt cards are so fun and so useful. So I'm just going to paint this up. I'll let you continue to watch me work, and I'll be back in a second. Okay, so now I'm going to get out my stencils. This one, sorry, let me see, is called Doodle Minis with masks. So they're really cute little stencils that you can use in your journal. They have lots of cool patterns. So I did those with yellow because I really wanted them to pop. So you'll see I'm going to do a lot of, use a lot of these stencils. And then I'm also going to use Sean Petit's background words, which is also a beautiful stencil too. So so much fun. I love using stencils. This time I tried to like stamp it, but I didn't put enough paint. And I like to use makeup sponge with my stencils. So you just take a little bit of paint and you dab it off, and then you go through the stencil. And I get these makeup sponges from the dollar store. They work super, super well and really fun. And I love this one that has the numbers and the letters. That's a really fun mask. So really fun little stencil. Now I'm going to add just some stamping. This is a stamp set that someone gifted me in a Happy Mail, so I really, really love it. And the first one that I used was kind of splatters, and then this one is really pretty. It has like all of these lines, kind of like a starburst, and I really love to use that one. So we're going to add that up, and I did add some splatters too, some black splatters. I love splatters. And then I am going to put those back, and then I'm going to begin to peel off that tape. If for some reason your tape is a little bit resistant, you just need to use a heat gun or a blow dryer and it comes right up. So you'll see that I take all of the little tapes off, and then I'm going to cut this up. So I love folding it because then you know exactly where to cut. That still did not stop from some of them being not straight, but you'll see that I'll trim them a little bit. But they don't have to be perfect. I just love how they turn out. So they look so fun and so colorful, and they make me want to create. So once everything is cut up, then I'm going to add in some prompts, and you can make a list beforehand. I also have some ideas of the ones that I used in the blog post too, so you can go check that out. But just kind of go through your stash and see the things that you want to use or that you haven't been using. Definitely include your favorites. And I think it's important to have a mix of all the mediums that you like to use. So I love watercolor, and I love acrylic paint, and I love finger painting. So I put those on there too, and some new stuff too. So it's really fun. And I just use a micron pen just to write it out, just because it's waterproof. So that one has finger paint on it, but just add as many prompts as you want. And it's super, super simple. And then for these, I decided to use a book ring. I get mine at the dollar store, and I am going to use my crocodile punch to just punch out a hole just in the corner to put them on the ring. That way they're stored in one place and I don't have to worry. Plus it's really fun. I like to close my eyes and just turn the cards, and then that's what prompt I'll use next. So, and they're all confined in one area. So first I'm going to trim them up, and then you'll see that I am going to go ahead and punch that hole. Sorry you can't see it on camera. But that's how they look. And then I wanted to add a little bit of decoration to the back, so I just got a permanent black marker, and I just added just some quick little marks. So that didn't take very long at all, but I didn't want them to be blank. And then I am a messy painter, so my backs always get messed up. But you can always paint the back of the sheet first and then do your background on the front. But yes, and then I'm going to go ahead and put them on this little book ring, but then I want to kind of gussy up the book ring because I thought it looked a little bit plain. So I'm going to use some washi tape. So the important thing from this is you want kind of the flexible washi tape, not the one that has like a really like thick plastic coating. I think the ones at the dollar store are kind of like that. So this one is really pretty. It has lots of beautiful patterns, and I just cut a diagonal piece and then I wrap it around the ring. So really fun, and just make sure that you don't wrap it around the part that actually closes the ring. I learned that the hard way, so you just want to make sure that you wrap it up, and it's so much fun, and it just makes it even better, I think. So it's really fun. And I think I have 16 prompt cards in all, so you can make a lot of these sets, which would be really fun too to use in your creative practice. And I'll be using mine mostly for my art journal, but you could use it for canvases and all sorts of fun stuff. So it's always fun. So I'm just going to keep wrapping it around. And I did skip over the part that actually opened too. So yeah, but it looks really cool once it's done. And then you see that it does close. I made sure that it closed. And this washi tape was gifted to me again from Happy Mail, from one of my amazing viewers. So it's so much fun to play with other people's stuff, isn't it? We all have such different tastes. So Happy Mail is always fun. But I loved using Sean's stencils. This is such a fun project and such a great way to use her stencils. And I'll definitely use them when I'm using my prompts too. So that's how they look, all beautiful with marks and everything. So really fun. Thank you so much for joining me. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.